Thank you for tuning in to your APSU TV News Weekly Update. It's Thursday, February 25th, 2021. I'm Dakota Stansfield. Police are still investigating the armed robbery at the Exxon Hi-Road off of Dover Road. The Clarksville Police Department is asking for any information that can help with the investigation. The incident occurred at approximately 1:40 a.m. this past Monday, and a 40-year-old employee was shot. The suspect was an African-American male and was wearing all black clothing, a red face covering, purple gloves, and was armed with a black handgun. It is urged that any residents around the Fritz Circle, Darling Drive, and Bennett Drive areas check their home video surveillance around the time of the incident. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Detective Noble at 931-648-0656, extension 5654, or to submit an anonymous tip at p3tips.com/591. The wait for the COVID-19 vaccine for all Americans is almost over. According to the AP, there is expected to be a huge jump in deliveries of doses within the next month from vaccine manufacturers. The companies insist that they will be able to get all Americans vaccinated by summer. Pittsburgh and Modernina expect to have provided a total of 220 million doses by the end of March. Johnson & Johnson are expected to get the green light from regulators soon, and they expect to have provided 20 million doses by the end of March. Novavax and AstraZeneca have their own vaccine in the works as well and plan to add to that total number of doses. The Department of Health launched an investigation over the weekend into the more than 2,400 COVID-19 vaccination doses that went to waste over the past month, according to the AP. The recent winter storms caused 1,000 of those doses in Shelby County to be tossed. However, Health Commissioner Lacey announced on Tuesday that storms weren't the only issue. She stated that there have been multiple issues of spoiled doses, an excessive vaccine inventory, insufficient record keeping, and a lack of formal process for managing soon-to-expire vaccines since February 3rd. Shelby County's local health department will temporarily no longer be allowed to administer the vaccine as a result of this. Memphis City officials, hospitals, clinics, and other pharmacies throughout Shelby County will take over the administration of the vaccine for the time being. An 8-year-old girl in Wisconsin has started her own business to help fight homelessness among children and their families. And she's already donated $500 to a homeless shelter. Caroline Reinwald introduces us to this little girl with a big heart who's making a difference.
Letitia Anderson says the concept of homelessness hit her daughter Peyton hard at a very young age.
It was my uncle, and he was homeless for a while, and then she started doing research, and she was like, oh my gosh, there's homeless children.
I felt bad and thankful at the same time that it didn't end up like that.
According to Wisconsin's Department of Public Instruction, more than 18,000 students across the state were homeless in 2019. Peyton learned many more nationwide.
More than 2.5 million children that are just like me that are homeless. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
So Peyton started raising money.
Hi guys, I'm Peyton.
Selling t-shirts and handmade heart-shaped crayons online and in pop-up shops around southeast Wisconsin. And after all that work, this month Peyton met the director of Joy House, a Milwaukee women's shelter, with a $500 check and toys for each child living there.
To have someone so young, excited about giving to individuals that are less fortunate than she is awesome. And I'm hoping that it can be something that spreads.
That must have been so exciting.
Yes, because it was like it happened so quickly.
What's your next goal?
Next goal is to get it to $1,000.
$1,000?
Yes.
People are still struggling to pay their rent or utilities after being affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Tennessee Housing Development Agency might be able to help with that. According to the City of Clarksville, the COVID-19 Rent Relief Act of 2020, administered by the THDA, will provide funds to help renters pay their bills. The application portal will go live this Monday, March 1st at 8 a.m. If you want more information on how to apply, visit online at thda.org or over the phone at 844-500-1112. Up next, Tip Campbell with Political Corner. Stay tuned. APSU TV News will be right back.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at Peay when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Soccer's fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah! Oh, I thought you were on my team.
Good afternoon, I'm Tip Campbell with your Political Corner. Rush Limbaugh is dead. The right-wing talk show host passed away last week. According to NPR, the controversial broadcaster once asked if Nancy Pelosi would go back to the kitchen if she lost her seat as the first female Speaker of the House. According to the Sun-Sentinel, Governor Ron DeSantis ordered all flags in Florida to be lowered to half-staff on Monday. At least one county, Palm Beach, where Limbaugh resided, is refusing to follow DeSantis' order to lower the flags. Limbaugh died of lung cancer. He was 70. According to the Associated Press, Capitol Police knew about violent threats against the Capitol as early as January 3rd. Acting Capitol Police Chief Yogananda Pittman admitted in her testimony there were known threats against the D.C. landmark. Internal threat assessments were distributed to officers in the Capitol Police Department. Pittman said although the department's January 3rd special assessment foretold of a specific likelihood for violence on Capitol grounds by extremist groups, it did not identify a specific credible threat. As a result, violent rioters took over the Capitol, killing one police officer. The Clarksville City Council will hold its monthly executive meeting tonight. On the agenda is formally approving Juneteenth and Emancipation Day as city official holidays. Councilwoman Tricia Butler is introducing a resolution to make Clarksville a Second Amendment sanctuary city. As a reminder, the Second Amendment already covers all cities in the United States. Councilwoman Butler is also proposing to decriminalize marijuana in cases of simple possession or casual exchange. You can view the meeting, which will be live streamed at cityofclarksville.com. Wintry weather closed Montgomery County offices last week as back-to-back winter storms hit Clarksville. According to the mayor, according to Montgomery County website, Mayor Durrett said that although it had been several years since we have faced this type of harsh weather, it is important to exercise caution when it does. APSU TV News wants to give a huge Govs shout out to all of the workers who kept the lights on and cleared the roads during last week's storms. That's all I have now, but stay tuned for your local weather. APSU TV News will be right back.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Welcome back to APSU TV News. I'm Emily Waldon with your local and national weather. What crazy weather we've had in the past 2 weeks. Before we get into the weather ahead, let's take a look at our current national temperatures. In Seattle, we're at 45 degrees. Los Angeles at 70 degrees. Dallas, we're at 34 degrees. Denver, we're at 34 degrees. Excuse me. Dallas, we're at 56 degrees. Chicago, we're at 37 degrees. Atlanta, we're at 71 degrees. And New York, we're at 45 degrees. For today's highs in Tennessee, Clarksville's at 55 degrees. Nashville's at 58 degrees. Memphis is at 55 degrees. Chattanooga's at 67 degrees. Knoxville's at 63 degrees. For the lows today in Tennessee, Clarksville's at 39 degrees. Nashville's at 41 degrees. Memphis is at 43 degrees. Chattanooga's at 43 degrees. And Knoxville's at 42 degrees. Currently, it is mostly sunny with a high of 54 degrees, with winds blowing north-northeast at 9 miles per hour. Tonight's temperature, it will be mostly cloudy. It will be 39 degrees with winds going northeast at 10 miles per hour. Participation is 24%. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. On Thursday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 55 and a low of 39. Friday, expect to see rain with a high of 56 and a low of 49. Saturday, there will be showers throughout the day with a high of 62 and a low of 55. Sunday, we'll have thunderstorms with a high of 65 and a low of 40. And Monday, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 52 and a low of 36. This is all for your local and national weather. APSU TV News will be right back.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Long time no see. Our governors have several sports teams in season at the current moment. Some of our teams are even playing during an unfamiliar time. After several months of waiting around and practicing, our governors got the chance to kick off the spring football season last Sunday. This past fall, the governors went 0-3, and they're looking to flip their record. They took on the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles in Cookeville, Tennessee. They contested and played a pretty tough and physical game. Unfortunately, Draylon Ellis' 2 interceptions was a bit too hard to overcome, and they were defeated by a slim margin of 6 points. They lost 21-27, making their overall record 0-4 on the season. They play the TSU Tigers Sunday here at Austin Peay at 2 p.m. Make sure you come out and support. The APSU men's basketball team has had an up and down season. Overall, they are above 500 with a record of 14-10, and they are guaranteed to finish that way with only 2 regular season games remaining. Their last game was this past Saturday against Eastern Illinois, and they took a loss. But we can always look forward, and that's what we will do. Tonight, they are looking to bounce back against the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles. They play at 8 p.m. in Cookeville. But you know we got our Govs back, no matter the distance. The Lady Govs also play the Golden Eagles tonight. They're having a great season as well. We are rooting for the both of you guys tonight. We know you're gonna bring home the W's. Let's not forget about softball. The ladies have been rolling to start the season. They are now on a 4-game win streak, winning all of their first games. They have outscored their opponents by a total of 28-8 during their win streak as well. Their next game is Friday at Southern Illinois. Let's wish them luck in continuing the streak. The men's baseball team also is in season, and they haven't been as successful, but they have been struggling a little bit early, and their next game is against Army. They will be playing this Friday as well. Remember, it's still very early, and I know their season is going to turn around and start going in an upwards direction. Well, that's all the time we have today for sports. After the break, we'll be back live with Dakota for the rest of your news.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Did you know that Kentucky is home to nearly 1,000 species of wildlife?
The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife has a team of scientists dedicated to the monitoring and study of animals that are not hunted, fished, or trapped.
We work every day to improve Kentucky's landscape so that these species can thrive.
And now there's a way for you to jump in and help.
When you become a member of Kentucky Wild, we'll work side by side and do our part to keep Kentucky wild.
Last week's winter storm was rough on everyone, but luckily there were some nice people with some big Jeeps. Clarksville Police Chief David Cockrell, Clarksville Mayor Joe Pitts, and Alex Villa, CEO of Tenova Healthcare, awarded the Clarksville Jeep Crew on Wednesday with a Citizens Commendation, along with CPD and Mayor's Challenge coins for serving the community during the storms. They helped more than 250 stranded motorists and provided rides for 292 medical personnel, totaling 2,389 miles. They provided more than 68 hours of rides to nurses and medical professionals so that they could make it to work. They also delivered meals, baby formula, and other necessities to those who could not travel. The timing couldn't be possibly worse for a tattoo that a Kentucky woman got at the beginning of the pandemic. The reason the message she inked has a whole new meaning now that the virus is everywhere. Alex Varaday has the story.
Leah Holland just wanted to get a tattoo inspired by some kind words from a friend.
We were just kind of talking about things that we admire about each other, and he said, "You courageously and radically refuse to wear a mask," like meaning that I'm like undeniably myself. And so I thought that that was a really, I guess, poetic way of saying that.
After planning it for a couple of years, Holland got the tattoo on March 4th, 2020. 2 days before Kentucky reported its first case of COVID-19. And the words "refuse to wear a mask" unfortunately and quickly took on a whole new meaning.
It basically made it look like I'm totally, anti-mask or whatever, which is not the case.
Worried about how it looked, Holland said she covered her arms in public.
I wore cardigans year-round.
But over time was able to laugh about it and even shared her tattoo story on TikTok this week.
What is the dumbest tattoo that you've ever gotten?
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys know that I won.
Where it quickly went viral and gained national and international attention.
I just kind of wanted people to laugh with me because I think it's funny now too.
And plenty of people laughed with her, joking about the timing. One comment even suggesting she add the line, "Hindsight is 20/20."
I was dying laughing. I'm like, I'm glad that there are people that find this as funny as I think it is.
And in the end, Holland says she doesn't regret the tattoo and is happy to have this story behind it.
It'll be a funny story to tell years from now. I don't think it'll ever not be a funny story.
In Scott County, Alex Valverde, LAX 18 News.
Kentucky Kingdom has some new owners, and it looks like the amusement park has a bright new future based off of their track record. According to the AP, it was announced on Tuesday that Heuston Enterprises, owner of Dollywood, Silver Dollar City, and many other popular amusement parks, is now a majority owner of Kentucky Kingdom. The amusement park, originally owned by Six Flags, opened in 1987. It closed down operations in 2009 and didn't reopen until 2014. However, it never gained much popularity. Dollywood President Craig Ross will be the interim general manager for the park, and he said that they want to focus on the community's input during the 5-year plan to attract more visitors. A historic 2-year mission kicks off with an amazing look at and a first-time listen to the surface of Mars. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Get ready to savor the sights and sounds of the Red Planet. This is the first footage from the Perseverance, NASA's newly landed rover on Mars. Multiple cameras on board captured the chute deploying and the heat shield dropping before the rover touched down in a cloud of red Martian dust to thunderous cheers from Mission Control.
Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars.
It really was a home run. I mean, the thing had traveled 131 million miles and touched down just a mere 16 feet from the intended landing spot. That's pretty good. Not only did Perseverance start sending back incredible images, it also fed back the very first recording of natural sound on another planet. Yeah, mostly wind, but still pretty darn cool. Perseverance now settles in for a 2-year mission looking for evidence of ancient life on Mars. Back on Earth, a Kansas couple is dreaming big with a tiny dream home. This charming 3-bedroom mid-century modern is fully loaded.
Basement, garage, furnace room, laundry room.
It's also 1/12 the size of a real home. It's the boredom-battling pandemic pet project of Annie Campbell and Cliff Donnelly.
It was just a great diversion.
The pair are taking this deftly detailed dream home dollhouse viral in the name of charity. Their Insta account, Mini Modern House, jumped to nearly 40,000 followers in a week, and they're encouraging fans to make a donation to benefit Alzheimer's research. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to join us in the interaction by liking us on Facebook at APSU TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV. Thanks for watching another edition of your Gov's News Update. And as always, let's go Peay.